Ooh. See how we're going? Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. First, oh, we're going. Wow, look at this. All right. So I'm gonna let it go for a little bit. I'm gonna plug it into the regular. One draft PRs for the D League. Let's do that. Yeah, of course, leave a like. Always leave a like. All right. So yeah, mainly I'm just gonna. I think I've seen quite possibly only one draft, and that is I know Tony's because he was asking for help for his game today. No worries, I'm just on the rosters tab. Uh, but yeah, so like I literally don't know any of these. Like I remember putting in all the picks, but I do not know like how things end up together. So let's see here. Do a wheel. Do a wheel spinner. Yeah, we love wheel spinners. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's do this. I like this idea. Okay, we're gonna do a little wheel spin. Yeah. All right. We're gonna throw a little wheel up to see who we're gonna go first, since it don't really matter what we do. Alrighty. God, so many ads. Just get in on that. Just a little bit. I think I'm probably ready to go ahead and start. Go ahead and just spin for our first team. Who we're gonna look at here first. Ooh, looks like that's whose team, right? All right, whose team? Let's find it. Oh, oh, I remember this one. I remember this one for sure. Because pick one Terapagos is definitely a pick of all time. Now, I really like Travagos. He got the double spinner too, triple spinner. Oh my, Manigas still have defog? I think it does. But yeah, this is first glance. Terra Quack, solid. I'm not gonna say it's great. I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it's solid. It will probably win him like at least 3 games just by itself. Um, Round one Terrapagos, like, all right. I mean, I like the fact that like it's such a good multi-scale kind of thing. Um, like I don't, like, it's just it's something that someone else has to like plan to beat. So I don't mind pick one Terrapagos. I'm just saying it's just like, oh, like look at the rest of the stuff that went ahead of it. And there's a Valiant still there, you know. Hey, you know, he might maybe wanted to get this Terrapagos. Darkrai, solid. Latias, really good. I'm not a fan of Clodsire. Tinkaton, I love the value at 9. Bramble, brother, Bramble, guess, wait, is that your ground resist right now? I mean, you got some immunity, so you should be fine, but that's rough. It's definitely rough. I don't know. Yeah, I think knowing who, because who won the summer scramble with like a lot of things being a little bit more defensive, live it hit and then like kill back and stuff like that. I think this team itself is probably gonna really play into who's strengths, especially with things like Quack, Terrapagos, you know, Mandibuzz, Electros, that kind of stuff. I think just off the team itself, I'm gonna put it at C for now. And like I said, this is not gonna have any of like the coaches involved like in any of the decisions. I am gonna, you know, this one's a little iffy because I did just say like, you know, who is has a little bit more defensive, but I think that's fine. At least for this. Let's see. Yeah, I think C. Right now I'm kind of looking and it's like it's not like he really struggles with any like type defensively. He's got a really good the Lottie Clodsire Tinkaton is going to cover a lot. I'm just not a fan of Clodsire at all. But yeah, I think the trouble is going to be finding offense. And I think you're probably going to have to rely on Darkrai for that a lot more. And I think that's going to be a little rough because, you know, with all the power creep, I think it's not going to be as easy to find Darkrai win cons. You might need a little bit of a setup from Lottie or Terrapagos, but just getting in Quack in the right positioning can just win you games. So I think that's good for that first round. Let's see, and high choice. Let's go next. Tony. This is the only Tim I know. I know he's got gouging. That is it. That is it. Let's see. Let's see. I know he was last. Yes, he is. King Gambit. Okay. Oh, yeah, baby. Love me some King Gambit. King Gambit, well, it's not the best Terra Captain in, I think, like 8-mon formats. Like, it's kind of been phased out. I think in 11, I think it's still fine. Also, you don't need offensive by stall. No, stop it. King Gambit, really solid Terra Captain 11-mon. Gouging right after, super fire. Tentacruel round 4 is a little rough, but like you gotta, this is the last pick, so you gotta have, what do you call it? You gotta have some sort of like pick planning. Mesprit's really cool. I like the Healing Wish into this team. I like this team. This team just seems solid. I think it could. Oh gosh. Yeah, Tentacruel is a little pressured though, because Registeel can help. Snorlax I think is going to be a good pickup actually. Now that I'm looking at it, because I was looking at like special hits, because like, you know, this team is going to be like kind of like worn down, I feel, because no one really has recovery other than Sylveon, and although the wish passing can be helpful, it's just gonna be, you know, just a little rough. I think this is like kind of a balanced team. But like I said, I just feel like it's gonna get worn down. Gouging is probably gonna have to run boots a lot because Tentacruel is a good spinner, but he's not the best. Um, with gouging helps deal with the water fairies. Yeah, true. But like a lot of other things could do that as well. Like almost any poison could help you with that as well. I like the team, but I don't like it a whole lot. I think it's a good team. I think you could definitely start like nitpicking and getting things to where like Regiseal's a little passive. Once you get out of the top three, your offense kind of is slowed. I like Sylveon, who can also like double as a pretty strong attacker. Same thing with Snorlax. Frostlass even can be kind of scary with that. Love me some Electrode with speed tier. Uh, oh wait, I just noticed. Oh my God, the speed tiers. What, 110? And then 90s? Oh, that's a little rough. That's definitely a little rough. I think that's probably why he went a little bit more defensive with these Sylveon, Registeel, Snorlax picks. Especially with Mesprit. Mesprit's just so good. I love Mesprit, especially for that value. I think B is fine, though. I think B is fine. We could always come back and change things around. And we're going to the next one. Let's see. South Bend Snowflakes. Alright, let's see. Who is South Bend Snow? Ah, Pup! Right here. Awesome. Okay, first thing, right off the bat, I'm seeing Terrain, because I saw the Pincurchin. Interesting. Terrain and Sneasler helps a lot. Iron Moth as a Terramon, pretty cool. Was Great Task allowed to Terra? I'm not sure. I think it probably was. I don't think we've banned Terra Great Tusk. I love Terra Great Tusk. The only thing is it pretty much it still loses the same things, quote unquote, where it doesn't really help its Spadaf. But if you can just live one hit, get the rapid spin up, you can do so much. And that's the same thing that you could say for non-Terra, because if it gets that rapid spin up, it's the stab combination is just so hard and like hits so hard, unbelievably. The best spinner in the game, I'd say. Actually, is it that or Treads? No, I'd say it's the best spinner. Just comes in a little bit more often. Moth is really cool. I wanted to say that this team started off really well. I'm not a fan of the Orthworm or the Basculin, because I don't really know what they do. Pretty sure Sheltel is banned too. Uh, because I was thinking of momentum. Like I think in these picks here, you really want momentum. Basculin, he gives you some momentum. I like the Moltres pick too. I think he's so fat Spadef wise. Ogerpon is just a great, Pokemon with spikes and automatic sturdy. Yeah, I like the team. I just don't. I just want more momentum. If I'm gonna have Iron Moth, that's gonna have, Court Drive activated. I want to get into that thing as much as possible. Baton Pass on Screamtail, I guess. Sneasler U-turn. But like, if I'm running Screamtail, I don't want to be running Baton Pass. Sneasler, I don't really necessarily want to be running the band set to where I'm running U-turn. An SD set could just, do work. But yeah, I don't know. Ogerpon, I think Ogerpon's going to be coming to every game. Just looking at this team, it's coming guaranteed every game. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Drago, also cool, helps kind of punish those fairy types that want to switch in, and they can kind of get a little bit of chip. Yeah, I mean, Free Tier Iron Moth I think is going to be cool. Let's think. Just off rip, I want to say it's at least B tier. You kind of lose me here in the middle. This Ogerpon is really carrying. I like the Moltres pick, but I don't know. I feel like also Pincurchin, obviously he's going to be here for the terrain and stuff, but I don't know. It's just probably the worst terrain, so it's hard for me to be like excited for that. But yeah, I think B tier is pretty fine for it. All right, we're going to go to the next one. Let's see. All right. Bundle Montreal. I think that's right here. Yeah, I'm so smart. Oh, oh, that hurt. Immediately hurt. Looking at pick two Alamola. Oh my god, that hurt me to see. Okay. Bundle, good round one. Solid. Love the speed tier. Aloe, there's no reason. There's no reason. You could wait. You know, I understand the whole. I know Owen despises Aloe, but I, I don't hate it as much as he does. But oh my god, does that just like immediately tank your value? Getting Aloe in this range here, like even round four, I think is early. But like if you are going for like an offensive type build, getting that thing to sponge and flip turn out is good. We just talked about momentum with other people's teams, but you know, round two was just rough. Terra Iron Boulder this late though, I think that's a solid pickup. Definitely a solid pickup because you literally can Terra with a booster energy and SD on and live whatever you want to live because you could like nitpick and plan what to set up on, and I think that's so strong. Um, I just feel like this draft was almost like a randomized draft to where you just picked a point tier and then picked something from it, or like not that, just like why are we in 9 points round four? Why are we in Avalug round three? Galvantula, I feel like if you reordered this draft, I would be less upset. I just feel like Galvantula, solid. I like Gudra Hisui. I like Hippo. Hippo doesn't really do a whole lot for this team though, other than give Boulder a boost when it's Rock. If it's Spadef, I mean it helps. It's your Fizz Def wall, but you already got Avalug, so I'm assuming Avalug or Alamola is going to be, in that role more often. I don't know. Same thing with Gudra is going to be Spadef wall, Dragonite, pretty cool, but like I said, you already have Pheasantipity. I understand like there's different things that kind of go in and out and all that stuff, but I think Iron Boulder carries this team. Like the rest of them are like kind of middling. The Avalug early Alamola makes me, oh goodness, I don't even know. This might be the first D. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you have like four good Mons that are like you could. No, I'm gonna say D. I'm gonna say D. Just like I said, just having four like solid Mons that you can bring to every week is rough. Avalog with no tear is a little tragic. Yeah, that is true. In single Terramon, it's not like you're getting value out of like a low tier pick. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think like bundle, Aloe, Dragonite, Boulder. That's your four Mons, your core. And then everyone else can kind of like shuffle in, which is cool, I guess. But Aloe and Avalok just kind of drag this thing down. The amount of value probably could have gotten in these tiers. Like imagine if this Avalok was Snorlax or something like that. Just that's just a right there comparison. Or Pheasantipity with Sylveon, etc., etc. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep that there for now. Just the value in draft. I understand, late wheel, but it's still so rough. Damn, I feel the pain just gonna get demolished. No, like I said, it's nothing about the coaches. It's just like getting an Aloe round two, rough. Getting Avalug immediately like 2 rounds later, also rough. This is Mario B, I think, right? He just got his new logo. Ooh, sand. I'm assuming sand. Yeah, down here. Yeah, this looks. What is Magmortar doing here? What is Magmortar doing here? Bro, think he's on the team. Porygon even has more of a job than him. I guess it's breaking. You know. Uh, let's see. Single strike, Terra Excadrill. Wow, that's kind of scary offensively, especially once we hit the sand in there. Oh gosh. Zapdos, all right. I like the Dragalge pick. I really like the Dragalge pick. Getting a T-Spike up or just coming in on, grass types. Zapdos, pretty good with that. I don't necessarily love Zapdos with Sand just because of the fact getting chipped, and it's like on the urge or on the verge of getting sent to the retirement home because it's starting to get 2-hit KO'd and 3-hit KO'd by a lot more. So it's a little rough because he can't really run leftovers as much anymore. But with drill, you got some good removal, so you probably could do that. I'm just thinking of the offensive pressure of Urshifu plus Excadrill. Like, oh my gosh, like that is disgusting. Like, wow, I love Sinestia. That thing it just sets up and wins on its own. Love me some T-Tar too. I really like this team. I think you're probably, yeah, no, you got solid hazards in Clef and Hazelf. Solid speed tier. Even with Sand, you don't really need a good speed tier. I think that's probably the biggest issue is just speed tier outside of Sand. Because there's nothing above 115, and even then it's only just the one thing above 100, right? Yeah, there's only one thing above 100, and it's Azelf. I do like this team though. I think with Sand, it's a little hard to talk about speed tiers, but I think I like this team. I'm definitely gonna put that in A. I think that's a good team. Very solid. I like it. I have very minimal critiques. Who is having a deep fried burger? Where in America can you find a deep fried burger? All right, let's see. Let's see. Ooh, Seattle Sigilev. Say dashing. Terra Necrozma. Okay. Roaring Moon, Empoleon, Ursaluna, Weezing. Okay. First thoughts, Terra Necrozma, probably really good for this price point. I think Terra Necrozma, without any like Ubers or anything, probably could go up a point, maybe even two. I wouldn't like argue anything against two, but I think it's probably around the 16-point tier with Terra. Really good. Just like you could tear it to offset anything you're going for, you know, or you could tear it to offensively, do damage. Like it's there to like set up or be defensive. Really solid. Roaring Moon for round two. Like the speed tier, like the knockoff it gives you too. First things first. The only thing is hazards. Empoleon with rocks, alright. Infernape with rocks, you're probably not gonna be running that too often. And then it's Spidops, you know. And while webs are something that people shouldn't like scoff at, boots are a lot of like really popular. So it's just a little hard getting a webs thing to go off. I like Thundy pick here though. I like Thundy, Ursaluna. Kind of feels a little left out because I don't like what Trick Room Bruxish. I don't know. I like the Weezing for the defensive core with Empoleon. I think that's really good. I think these picks what I think happened is you went a little too top heavy. I think Infernape here and some of these lower point guys could have been condensed. It kind of redistributed a little bit to get, I don't know. What even does this team need? Like I said, hazards, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, solid fairy type, ground resist, it's there already. I think ground resist, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like a weird set of mons to be paired together. Yeah, like I said, Blood Moon just feels out of place here. I feel like you have the special breaker in Thundy, and it does it like a lot better with his team. I mean, I could see it in the case that Roaring Moon's gonna be U-turning a lot. Pookie and Infernape will never take the slander. Nah, dude. Infernape's fire. I just don't see why you're running Infernape when you have all these other guys that are probably need to come. Terra Necrozma's coming every game. Roaring Moon's probably coming every game. Weezing's probably gonna be forced to come more times than it wants to. Same thing with Empoleon. So that's already 4 slots. You probably want to bring Thundy a lot. Infernape is gonna be that flex guy. He's gonna be 6-man. I think that's gonna be a 6-man of the year for sure. But it's just because he's so like good of a six man, you kind of leave your like 10 through 12 guys as not so good. Zangoose can probably come to one match. Bruxus, same thing. Spidops is probably coming to a couple. Same thing with Sableye, just to kind of ward off some setup against it. But I think solid breakers all around. Blood Moon, Thundy, Roaring Moon. If it's banded, can definitely do a lot. I'm gonna say this is a B tier team. I kind of want to put it in. Nah, I don't think I'm not gonna order these. I'm not gonna order these. I'm just gonna say B tier. I'm gonna say B tier for now. Like I said, we could always come back. It's just the value picks aren't valuing for me. I think Weezing was a really good pick. Yeah, I think B tier. I think it was really carried by the Necrozma at the top. That 1-2 punch of with Roaring Moon, I think was solid. Let's see, Hunky, right? Is it stopping? Okay, Hunky. Let's see, where are we at? There we go. Meow, Iron Tread's Walking Wake. Okay, you got the sun with it. Okay. Interesting. Loved me some Yuxi. Braviary. Solid. Why do we not have Dewpider coded? Swallow for a grounded poison. Alright. So I'm gonna start off by saying Meowscarada, phenomenal. Love that thing. It's so strong. Just with like all of the what the why am I on because I'm on my other thing. That's crazy. I'm on my YouTube that doesn't have YouTube Red. Anyways, Braviary, solid. Like for 5 points, all right. I like Slitherwing. With Sun, it's gonna be like really good. My thing is that Ninetales is not the best Sun user. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. Terra Walking Wake is gonna be really strong with the Sun, and you have a really good spinner and momentum to get into it. As far as Sun teams go, like this is really threatening. Like everything other than the Ninetales itself is really threatening, and I think that makes Ninetales' job a little bit easier, just because of the fact it's going to be like not expected to do anything else. It's there to get Sun, there to power up these guys. I like the Rotom Wash as the double water, just kind of come in. Triple water if you count Dewpider, which I do not. Mimikyu is alright. I like it on an offensive team though, because if you're going for breaking and your opponent sets up at the right time, like the let's say the what do you call it, Quackleval. If that Quackleval gets up like +2 or something, then having Mimikyu here to like red card it out if you need to or something like that. Slithering with really good priority. Yuxi for encore support. I think this is a really solid team. Yeah, like really solid. I think they're probably going to have a little bit of trouble kind of switching into some of the other top threats. But I think if you can find, like a Yuxi as a 6-mon or something like that, and then you can just U-turn out, since Treads fills that role. I mean, yeah, I could see that. Healing Wish is good, but it's like, it's hard to, 100 speed is not what it used to be. So, unless you're scarfing it, then you're not going as, it's not going to be that fast. But anyways, I really like this team. I think this is going to be another A tier. No hypnosis. We're banning sleep. Didn't you know, Draft League players? Ha ha ha. Let's see. Incineroars? Yeah, okay. That was up here, right? That was one of these. Yeah, there it is. Oh, Terra's the Rude! Oh, why'd you have to follow it up with a Weavile, though? Pick 3 Blastoise? Why is this guy not pick 3? Oh my goodness. I feel like this is another team like down here where you just decided to get things that you wanted, which, fair enough. Do you? But in in like draft PRs, it's gonna be a little rough on you. Weavile, solid speed tier. Terra's Root, I don't gotta talk about Terra's Root. You know what I said about what do you call it? Terra Necrozma? This dude is him. This dude is him. Weavile, like I said, strong. Gonna be running boots most of the time. Blastoise is a solid spinner. Decidueye is a good defogger. Hypnotop's a good spinner. Decent spinner. I'll take that down a little bit. But like, you're probably be wanting boots. Bands coming, but you already have the dark, knockoff kind of covered here, and that's probably usually one of the best moves that Zarude's clicking. It's, just clicking knockoff. Let's see. Enamorus? I don't know how Enamorus lasted round 4. There's 18 of you guys. Why did nobody want the, fucking best fairy, offensive fairy, other than Valiant, Like, oh my gosh, that thing is such a steal at round 4. This should have been a round 2 Pokemon. But, yeah. Jirachi, alright. Hazards, let's look at hazards here. You don't really have any. It's Toxic Spikes and, Stealth Rocks. That's kind of rough. I'm not going to lie. That is... Ooh, I really, really... Oh, dude, imagine this team with the Spike. Gosh, Weavile? Weavile is like the opposite of Zapdos, where, it is getting 2-hit KO'd and 3-hit KO'd now. Or the 3-hit KOs are becoming 2-hit KOs. Weavile is the opposite. It's going from 2-hit KOs to 3-hit KOs. And with the power creep of things. So it's gonna want that spike. It's gonna want that stealth rocks. Like yeah, that's just, I wish instead of Flygon maybe here, or from Flygon down, you probably could have distributed these points a little bit differently. I like Muck solid, super solid value at 4. Hitmontop, you already got better spinner up here and a better defogger. So unless it's here for like intimidating, fighting coverage, I don't know. I just think a Spiker would go so crazy. I would go crazy. Let's see. Yeah. Solid offense. I don't want to say it's amazing, but like it's just giving me C tier, which sucks because I love Terra Zarude. I think it's very similar to Dashing's team, to where like these two guys really just carry this team in my eyes, and then the rest is kind of like could have used points better. But I think Dashing's had a little bit more oomph in a lot of his guys, and at least kind of fell more towards the higher tier picks. So he's not relying on a AV Muck every other matchup. But yeah, I think that's gonna be. I think that's probably where it's gonna end. Right. How many we got left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, not bad. Let's go. Mudkips. Let's see. Where's the Mudkips? Yeah, around here, right? Yeah. Ooh, Terra Annihilate. Okay. Lottie, good Scizor pivoting. Vaporeon, also good pivoting and wish support. Deontay, I like that. Really solid. Ooh, I think I like every single Pokemon here except for Cramorant. Spit on Phil. That guy sucks. Yeah, wow. Terra Annihilate, really good. I like the wish support into it, so it could be like an AV set. Is going to be really scary for some teams. Lottie, I swear to God, if you're running Flip Turn more than half your matches, just don't run Lottie. Just Vaporeon will be Flip Turning better. Just drop Dracos. That's like your main form of special, damage here. And I feel like that's probably going to be the thing that you're going to kind of have trouble with. Just kind of breaking the physically fat. You're probably just going to try to overwhelm things. And I think that's perfect for Annihilate, because of the fact of, Rage Fist just gets so boosted against the fat. But like Crook down here, insane value. This is like the Enamorus, like it should have been up here. I just like, why? Why did nobody want, like Dark and Ground are such good, such good typings. Why did nobody want like one of the top tier ones? Yeah, I think, let's see, let's hit speed tiers maybe. 120, 10. This is like 119, or so like 116, I think, right? 108 or 7. Solid. Like, I don't. Kilowattrel is, on alright fast Pokemon. It's just like, offensively, Kilowattrel, I think, is going to be amazing on this team. Just because it's going to be able to Volt Switch around and kind of get into Annihilate. Like, you have such good momentum. Crook being able to, like, automatically get up rocks if he wants to. Just also, like, pressuring as a Scarf, Moxie, sweeper. Insane. Deancey with more hazard support and just one of the, best low tier fairies. Really good. I think Arboliva probably needs to go up a point or two. So good value here. Like I said, I don't know Cramorant, but apparently Muffin is good with Cram, so that's a thing. Bring who you want, because it's all about like your team versus their team. But I think it's a really solid team. Let's see. Removal is the only thing I'm like really thinking of. Because Scizor is pretty much it. Does Kilowattrel get defog? I think it probably does. Yeah. Just defog though. A little rough, but not the worst. You're going to be running boots on Kilo most of the time anyway. Same thing Salazzle. Salazzle being able to break some of the fat too with getting a Toxic off is really cool too. I think this is another A team. I think this is another A tier for sure. I think just Terra Annihilate, because if this thing wasn't Terra, this thing would not be as good. Let's see. Twin Night Slash. Let's see. I think that's crap, right? Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Gotta say, first things first. Speed Boost Blaziken, it's probably not worth it round one. Especially with Terra Annihilate still there. Palafin, yeah. Greninja. Oh my god, Greninja was still there. I am going the right way, right? Yeah. Dude, for sure. Blaziken, probably not around one. That's just unfortunately power creep coming out to play. Salamance's Terra though, really good. I like that. It's like right below the top tiers. It's like there's clearly the best of the best, and then in like the tier 2, I want to say, Salamence is probably right in there. So really solid. That and Iron Crown probably could have been Terra too. Donphan locked up a spinner, ground type. That's pretty good. Serp, not for this points. Not for these points. I think Serp probably should be 12 points if you're not terroring it. So it's just a little bit of an overspend. A little rough for your budgeting. And like I said, value. Greninja and I aren't friends. Why aren't you friends? He's so good. He's the greatest. Let's see here. Umbreon with Wish support. I like Umbreon. It can be a little, what do you call it? Passive though. Milotic, really good. Try not to use the Flame Orb sets. Just getting, all the chip going around is going to be a little hard for it to kind of wall things. A little pricey, but I was desperate for speed. Oh, yeah, I could definitely see that. Yep, now that you mention it. Way too initially weak for me? Oh my goodness. That's why you spike the first turn you're in, and then you can U-turn out, and then get in some other guys, and then break later. But yeah, Zoroark I think is going to be cool. Let's see. Any other neutral? I guess Blaziken is going to be neutral to rocks, so that's going to be fine. But it's going to be hard to Serp. Blaziken and Serp are your best. Actually, I kind of like that with Serp. I'm not going to lie. Because Serp really pigeonholes some people into a specific kind of, they got to live the Leaf Storm kind of boost and all that stuff. that's pretty cool because you could probably break through it with, some hyper voices and stuff. I kind of like that. Like I said, a little pricey. Weezing, really good value here late too. A poison type that could be grounded if it needs to, or a ground resist if need to. You already have Ments and Serp, so Serp's not really a good ground resist though. So really good kind of plug that hole. Hazards wise, let's see. Dawn Fan was rocks. Crown gets rocks. That's really it. A spike would go crazy. I think every team in Gen 9 needs at least a spiker. I think that's probably like I'm one of the least checkbox Andes. But like I think you need some sort of spiker, and it's just gonna allow your offense to work so much more. Especially with Blaziken being able to like knock things off and just getting faster and faster while it does it. Yeah, I think your ceiling, like your high tier picks, are a little bit below other people's, but the rest of your team is super solid. Let's think. Is that an A tier? Is that worth A tier? Dude, if you had like a Palafin here, oh my god, I would love this team if it was a Palafin here. Like Palafin might have been an S tier for me. Debating between A and B here. I think I'm gonna say A for now, and we can go through and kind of look at things and look at the teams, see if I like where that is. Let's go. Bope time? Nope, not bope time. Our heels. It's over here, right? I saw this over here. I saw you over here. Shadow Glade. All right. Didn't want to use any of the high tiers on the board. Fair enough, but like I am the most like valuetainment. I never, ever, always go for value. That's usually like the first like 4 picks. Badoo?
Badoo?
Oh, hi, Owen. How are you?
What's up? Pretty good. You want to share your screen so I can see where we're at without delay? Big.
We're looking, just got to Shadow Glade's team here.
Shadow Glade's team.
Ooh,
nothing in S tier just yet.
Nah, I'm probably gonna move one of these guys up eventually.
Let me find them out. Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Just feeling out.
Terrapon, Corvi. Ooh, round 2 Corvi makes my tummy hurt.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
Doug Trio for
round 4 is
too. Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's bad. It's just a matter of like, what are we trapping?
Yeah, like what do you need the steel strat for? It's Kyurem, but like you already have a Corviknight that's probably gonna come in on any steel and just U-turn out anyway. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, they don't
unless we have those specific.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it forces some prep, but I'm not huge on it. I'm not huge on it.
Yeah.
Resistance-wise, I think there's a lot of pressure on Corvi.
Yeah.
Defoggers are rare. I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of like, do we think that we need that as a role? You know? Like, is that something that we super value? I don't know if you do in such an offensive metagame.
Yeah. I mean, hazards are very key in this metagame, though. I agree with that. But like, yeah, just taking the turn to get that defog off is going to be rough when you have such good breakers in Wellspring, Kyurem, and Zapdos.
And the thing with Corvi is, if it's not perma U-turning, you're losing initiative, and it's already hard enough to never like not click U-turn with Corvi this generation, anyways.
Also, something that I'm thinking of is once you're in with Corvi, what are you U-turning out into? Sandy Shocks doesn't really want to take stuff. Incineroar is going to be kind of forced to be boots, and if you're not boots, like if you're not defogging with Corviknight, you're taking 25. Same thing with Kyurem. If you're a bulky Kyurem, like it's just slow, bro. And like Incineroar, Hat doesn't really like coming in all the time either. So it's like, I don't know.
My biggest thing is the defensive pressure we have on Corviknight is pretty immense, right? Our
Mhm.
only conventional fairy resist is this plus Slowbro. Slowbro doesn't always get the job done. The main thing is like our only conventional ground resist is functionally Corviknight, right? Our
Yes.
no item
Yes.
Ogerpon that's going to immediately Terra. We don't have a switch into that.
Mm.
Gyarados is technically immune, but is not known for taking on those things defensively very well. So there's, and even beyond that, you could even say like something like Ice is a little bit worrisome, right? We have something like Incineroar that,
Yeah.
again, that's a little bit better at least, right? I think Incineroar can
I
cover
think
as
if
a solid
Incineroar
Ice
was down
resist.
here, like if you swapped the Incineroar and Kyurem, then it'd be a little bit better value. Doesn't make the team a little better, but it just going Incineroar round 4 is a little rough.
Yeah,
I'm
there
sure
might
we
have been
could
some
found
things we could have
something
gotten
else. Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Also, like
Uh,
speed tier is what I'm looking at. If you're not running Scarf Zapdos, it's
yeah,
just
we got
Ogerpon.
Doug, which is nice. Yeah, we got Doug.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
do like the Zapdos pick though. I think Zapdos is also a good Scarfer because there isn't any good Scarfers on this team.
Mhm.
Instant was a trade was multi. Okay.
Well,
Um. So it was a little bit, but still, even then, early, right? We lose a conventional, you know, fair resist. I think there's just a lot of pressure on things like Corviknight. We do have means of forcing progress. We have Ogerpon, which is incredible, right? Love me some Ogerpon, great pick. Kyurem, which if we're using it to the fullest of its abilities and clicking that Specs Ice Beam and Freeze Dry, which is optimally what you want to do in most matchups, we're very hard pressed to defog with said Corviknight, which again means we're not getting it in very well with Corvi. And then Gyarados, who's a little bit of helmet fodder, right? I think like the core of like Ogerpon and Gyarados is play solid well. I'd say C tier personally.
really. I think it's
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be rough with the Corviknight, but I think this can kind of function hyper offensively, like with Sandy Shock's lead, and just kind of
Good hazards, yeah.
It's just I think Corviknight round 2 is rough, but I think you just the play style from the draft is not going to be the play style that comes most weeks, you know?
Mhm. Mhm. I have to
Yeah.
adjust a little bit, yeah.
I think B. So we got a couple left still.
Oh, we're doing it on a wheel. That's fun.
Yeah. Just haven't seen any of them. Palafins, this is Tone, right? No Tone.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. Let's see, where is he? There he is. Oh, we got the Palafin.
Big mascot pig.
Cinderace, Garchomp. Ooh, I'm liking this team. Ooh, my first thought process is, was there nothing better than Lilligant that we could have tarot? I mean, it's not bad.
I think it's a pretty interesting one though. No, I think it's pretty fair. It's very underexplored in my opinion, like the
What?
Victory Dance shit.
I guess Cinderace
Yeah.
is the only thing that's not Terraband that's like better. You know?
Mhm.
Metagross, yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
think
that's fine.
on this team, what is drafted, this is the best Terramon
Yeah.
for sure.
Fair enough. It's like when you get like
I actually really like
Valiant.
this team.
I love Overflow.
Finn Cinderace seems like a really fun combination too.
I love
Like as that like
Overflow.
offensive momentum core, Finn plus Cinderace seems really overwhelming. We have great spikes too, and Garchomp Overquill too. So Garchomp isn't super hard pressed. Like it's really just like hazard momentum based offense.
Yeah. Only thing
I like it a lot.
removal, quote unquote, being Cinderace when you don't really want to be clicking court change a whole lot, especially when you're setting up a lot
Hey,
of spikes.
Smeargle got 5 forms of removal is all I'm saying.
So, listen, you don't gotta fucking tell me about Smeargle, man.
Lilligant actually technically does get defog too in emergency scenarios.
Oh, well.
Yeah, really weird defogger.
Legally. I think
Terrifying,
this is,
yeah.
I think this is hyper, offense, and I really like it. I think
Even then, it has like bulky offense modes, right? Like
Yeah.
Chomp is fat,
Metagross.
Finn can be fat setup, Metagross is fat, Guardy can be fat on spin outside, Overquill's him, Vikavolt, like
Eh.
there's still like a bulky offense aspect to it. We don't have to play
Mismag
hyper
is-
offensive
Mismag
every
is
week.
super spadef too that people don't really
Yeah.
think about. I like this.
No, I
team.
agree.
I really like this.
No,
team.
I
This
think
might be the next
out of the
tier.
2 teams I've seen, this is my favorite.
I think this might be the S tier. Well, let's think speed tier wise. I think is your only bugaboo, but like Cinderace.
I mean, I think Cinderace being your fastest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's fine. I think again we're hard, but I always the first 2 things I look at are ground and ice resist, especially ground, and there's not a real ground resist on this team. Where we have 2 levitate mons. So offensive grounds are a little scary, but I think that we can adjust and deal accordingly, right?
Yeah, it's
We at least
also
offensively pressure
hard
them
for
well, but
offensive grounds to go into a Palafin team, you know?
that's true. Yeah, I mean they might come in and pick a KO, but
Yeah,
they're
but
getting
then
forced
now
out. It's not
now a
like they're
Palafin
sweeping.
comes in,
Yeah,
yeah, with a
you're
band of
never at risk to
aircraft.
just lose to them as long as you keep
Yeah.
the fin around. That's valid.
Let's see. I like that as S tier. I think that's a really good team.
Yeah. Like I said, out of the two I've seen, that one goes crazy.
Boat time, boat time, boat time.
God, Hostile
right?
V-Star chat.
Oh, ooh, wait, I like this team. I like this team. Skarmory, I'm not a fan of Skarmory, but I like the first 6 guys a lot.
The John Jr. draft like
Wait,
influences.
this is a John Jr. draft. Dude.
This dude, me when I'm JJDL.
Oh, okay. Listen, man. Listen, love Greninja. Greninja.
I do like the top 3. I'm very, I don't know. I haven't seen too much out of Glamora. Like, as someone who just recently drafted it, I think at least he's getting it later than I did. I wanted to stub my own toe every time I realized I drafted round 3 Glamora last BBR. But round 4 is a little bit better. We've got great value in Azu, Swampert. We have great common resistance to just about everything we possibly need. I think the combo of Iron Hand Skarm is also like a decent defensive core. I'm wondering.
A lot.
Farrier resist wise is pretty much just Glamora, Glamora Skarm, so they're not like the most sturdy considering we have double dark offense. So like
Dude,
those random
Namor's
Terra
goes
fairies or
crazy.
fairies. Yeah, and Namor's has a field day against this team. Like those offensive fairies, right? I'm not worried about us switching into Florges, but I'm pretty worried about everything else.
Dude, honestly, even like a
even Specs Florges might pull up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Skarmory and Fairies, just Glim, not really either, right? So I think offensive Fairies are like the biggest like common offensive typing I'm a little bit worried about. Other than that, though, I like it. I like it.
Rough though.
Yeah, but Skarm is so good at it that I think it's okay. We also have double water on top of that. Whimsicott isn't a great resist, but it can also switch into pinch. Rotom. Triple water. Gren doesn't count. Gren's not a Gren's Greninja type. Gren is a Greninja type, and you know it.
You know I love that guy.
Yeah, I like this team. I think this team's fun.
Also solid. Like
did you know it does a lot of damage with overheat?
In the sun? There's no sun in this team. It's only an A.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Down to D tier for you, buddy.
So true.
Where's my sun overheat?
Yeah. Choice specs in the sun. Terra Fire. Rookies. Vortex. Okay.
Okay. I also don't know any of these teams, by the way, so this is fun. Should have taken my 13 point towards fucking 13 points. Did I give John the tears? What happened? Is it actually 13 points?
Is it really? I don't know.
I hope not.
Well, we got a 9 point and Ninetales, so I hope it's not 13. Let's see here. Gliscor, Terra Gliscor. I think that's going to be pretty interesting.
It's fun. I'm excited to see how it is. This team lacks a round 1 pick.
Terra? Yes, Goldengo Terra band?
No, it's a lot of Terra.
That probably.
I feel like Gliscor very often wants to keep its. Okay, good. Thank God it's only 11. We're talking JGDL prices. I forgot. We're very JGDL brained. Yeah, I think Goldengo is okay as a Wheelmon if we're getting some scary offense that facilitates it with like hazards later. I don't know if we needed to jump on Gliscor round 2. You know?
I think Gliscor round 2 is fine just because it does kind of shore up those hazards, but Terra is my issue with it. I think it's solid.
I just don't.
I think there's probably.
I don't think.
Okay, I apologize to like look ahead, but Iron Treads was taken right after, and I know double steal and all, but Iron Treads is probably.
Well, I just don't. I don't know. I'm not sold on what do you call it being a round 1 Mon Goldengo. I'm just not sold. It seems like it is a great 2-3 piece, right? It is a great Kyrie to your LeBron. But I don't know if I can structure my team offensively around that.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, like, if we scroll through the round 2s, is there, like, here, I'll do it on the side so you don't have to, like, jump around to teams and things like that. But is there other things round 2 that went, I'm like, oh, shit, that Mon's still there.
Yeah.
You know, even like the crazy Chiyu or something like that, right? Like
Yeah.
Pope just had it. Do I think that's like a number one offensive piece? No, but I think I think I would rather have Terra Chiyu Goldango than Goldango Gliscor. You know, we have Aladios that just recently went. Terra Mence is damn near that good.
Yeah. Dude, I think the Gliscor is gonna be really like build dependent, obviously. With Terra, I feel like it's got so many things, but it also I feel like it wants to do so many things for this team as well. I think that's also why he got like Cyclizar and Quillfish and stuff like that to kind of take off the pressure of, knocking things off, getting spikes up, stuff like that. Shaman with the Healing Wish is also pretty cool.
That's my goat. Never let anybody tell you Shaman's bad. I'll fight them. Just let me know where they're at. I'll find where they're staying.
Yeah. I mean, just like, you already got like a good ground resist. If you Terra out of that, it's gonna be, Rotom Heat Shaman, which aren't bad.
I think Shaman's really good at it,
yeah.
to be fair. This team is dummy slow. I don't count Electrode as a Pokemon this gen. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
120, and then, yeah. Oh, it's Dusk. Wait, what's Dusk at? 110? No, it's 1... No, because Lycanroc Day is the 111. Or 112.
Yeah, it's 110. It's 110. So, I mean, I guess we have Cyclizar.
With 120, yeah.
But very often, I know for a fact, like, spoilers for BBL week 1, that was also, like, it wasn't Theory's Fastmon because he had Dio, but, like, he had a Cyclizar, right? And I was with I had a Flutter Mane. I didn't creep down a fucking Cyclizar. I got a Cyclizar creeping down a little bit, so I can get modest. I wasn't super hard pressed on that mod when it came to, like, forcing speed and things like that. So, especially because if it's coming, it's typically going to be in a more defensive fashion, and it needs to squeeze out all the EVs it can get. So I'm not huge on that.
Yeah. Ghost Resist is also kind of looking a little iffy.
Yeah, just Hisui Quill Cycle. I mean, Cycle's not terrible, but yeah, you're always just like, the good offensive ghosts are really scary. Though I will say, I think we're kind of thinking about it from Ubers where we're playing. There's not as many ghosts in this format, right? I mean, Terra Ghosts, for sure. Terra Ghost is something that you have to keep in mind. But if we look at the top tiers, there's no ghost type through 16, I don't think. Even 15? No, 15, and it's Goldango, which you have. You have actually the premier offensive ghost. So I think that's okay. But yeah, I think the team just offensively feels a little underwhelming. Very often our offensive piece, like our main herder breaker, is 9-point Conkeldurr, and that guy's fallen from grace a little bit, in my opinion. Not big on that guy anymore. I think just like stat and power creep has kind of caught up to it. Same thing with something like Gyarados. Lycanroc Dusk is him. I like him. So actually that's probably like your premier breaker guy, but the rest of it is a lot of pivots, utility pieces, things like that, but not much in the means of forcing progress. But we're not in like balance mode yet either, right? We're not drafting like balance to keep
my main thing is that you have all these like support pieces and all that stuff, but like what are you really supporting? Like if there was a gouging up here, then like, that's one thing. But like, having your premier Goldango, it's good, but it's not, I don't know.
Yeah, when did gouging go? Super late again, right? Just like PBL?
Yeah, I think it was Tony got it at the wheel.
No, it was round 2. It was round 2. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, this isn't even wheel. I forgot. It goes down to 18. So there's 2 people after. So there was still a bundle on the board. There was still a Terra King Gambit on the board.
Yeah.
Right? So there was pieces and things around. Oh god, Aloe in round 2 here again?
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
Guys. Who drafted it? I'm Mr. TJP's biggest hater forever now.
Yeah, he is in D tier specifically because the value he missed out on. Don't worry.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, he drafted. Well, dude, wait, Terra Boulder went like round 5 though. That's another for sure build around guy.
That's what I was
that's
saying.
Another build around guy. Yeah. There's a couple of these guys that lasted. So, or even like, dude. I know it's kind of early, but like Sneasler plus Goldango, not a bad core at all. Yeah. Some hazards.
Look at this. Your boy Crook going so late.
Dude, my goat. The greatest value mon of all time.
Yeah. Going around what? Like 8, 9?
Jesus. Dude, I'll draft that guy in 4 in Ubers.
Yeah.
Moon Muffins wins.
I think Vortex is just give me B. I don't know.
B?
Yeah, maybe even C. I think.
Yeah, I would say C.
C.
I haven't seen the other teams we're comparing them to be fair, but if I had to just give a letter based on what I saw, I'd say
Based
C.
off rip.
Yeah.
Let's see. Drunken Fist.
That's pick number 1.
Yes, sir. Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, fucking sir. Top 4, insane. Then you have a Serena.
I do love the top 4, though. Great start. Best Terra captain in the format. Urshi,
Great breaker.
Pekarun, Tinglu. I love the
core.
compact defensive core. Yeah, the
Yeah.
compact defensive core of just like Pekarun, Tinglu, and then like God Torn.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the bottom half of the draft though. It's all Pokemon I don't think are draftable.
Yeah.
I think Rabambi's very meh. Not the worst thing in the world. I'm not big on Arcanine. I think, but definitely Raikou through Clefairy is like.
I think bottom 3 are gonna come to a total of 0 games.
Yeah, I mean So Klomala is the guy you draft when there's a spec on the board, and you're like, I need a spec counter for hella cheap. But there's no like justifiable reason I think in this like low ghost decks where you're gonna need a Komala, you know? Especially because you have like the spin already in Serena. I'm not like huge on it in that regard.
It's like Rabambi, like it's not even here for speed tier. So like, what are you getting it for?
Yeah, and again I think like if we're drafting webs, it needs to be on hyper offense, and there's like this is not that. You know, I guess it like gives you that mode, but I feel like we're missing out on some key offensive pieces on this team. Like we're gonna be like putting a lot of pressure on Shifu, a lot of pressure on Torn to be a little bit more offensive in this team, which I think is fine.
Oh,
but then like beyond that, we need guys like Raikou to pull up
here. You know?
Yeah. Again, we can kind of, and even if it's like we can use those points in Duraludon, Duraludon, Komala, and Clefairy to get that water. I also don't know how I feel about Duraludon as a steel, because we got it as a steel type, but it doesn't conventionally resist the typings you want a steel to resist in Ice, Dragon, and Fairy, right? So if we're getting it for defensive purposes only, I don't know if that helps us a ton. Like, look at a good offensive Dragon into this team, right? It's not like your Duraludon is helping you. I mean, Clefairy, you know, I guess. Rabambi.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I think that the bottom end of this team tried to cover too much when in like too many Pokemon. I think we could have maybe more optimally used these points. Yeah, top 4 is great. I love the start. But it really falls off. Like it drastically falls off in my opinion.
Dude, if this Serena was Decidueye,
I also think that Raikou, if I could have put Raikou in 6 points, I would have. I think that Pokemon is. I know A12 in the chat agreeing with me. I think that Pokemon is the worst Pokemon of all time.
If him and CJ swapped around Decidueye, Raikou, and Bellibolt, this team would be so much better.
Yeah, I'm not big on it. Dude, yo, those are round 4 Enamorous. Let's go, CJ. Wait, did we do CJ's team? Yeah, he has some demons.
I said his like Zarude and Enamorous carried. It's just like his mid is very mid.
It was one a mistake, but yes, that was on accident because I meant to type in 11 and I forgot the extra 1. However, that's how I feel.
True. It makes sense. I think it's hard to put Terra Torn.
I think low B. Yeah, I think low B is fine. I think like bottom of B is fine.
Especially with this like, oh my god. Pecci, Torn is just, two of my goats for sure.
Big Tingluski, Shifu, like again, the top 4 is great. I think Arcanine is at least a little bit better than people give it credit for. I think it's a cool mon, but yeah, I think it falls off a good bit. A12, I'm gonna talk so much shit about your team when we get there.
We're not there yet. Where is it?
Alright, what does Jarl got?
Jarl! Ooh, Ogerpon, Terra, cool. Heatran, Samurott round 3. Noivern in round 4, a little early, but it's good speed tier to get. Florges is alright. Thundee this late is also pretty cool. Not so sold on the Cobalion. I think you were just kind of using your points because you had it.
Yeah, I actually would have loved an offensive fighting on this team.
Yeah.
I would really liked an offensive fighting with Ogerpon.
Actually, it's
Cobalion's not that.
It's actually Meloetta.
Yeah, true. Hey, Pirouette goes crazy. It is a team I don't even know what your team is, H12. I was joking. I know none of these teams. I did not pay attention during the draft. I did not do Doc past like round 1. I think I helped a couple. You guys time to G-Zap and Grace. G-Zap would have been great on this team,
Oh
actually.
my
I would have fucking
god.
loved the G-Zap on this team. Yeah,
That would have
I
been
really
fun.
don't like Cobalion. I think that Pokemon's really bad,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
the defensive
He doesn't.
application is
Yeah.
lost on me because we have a Heatran,
Yeah, you already have
right?
it.
So like, I think like a good offensive fighting might be cool. Is there any cool ones on the board?
Oh no.
I'm curious.
Hazard game, Samurott plus Ogerpon.
Keldeo.
Oh, you're locked. There's Keldeo still. You can still.
I want to do double water. No, do it. Does he have extra points actually? Or no?
No. No, but like
No?
you're telling me that it, dude. No, for sure. Because if you
God Oki.
just put
God
Quillfish in
Oki.
there. Yeah, just put Quillfish in there too to get Keldeo. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You already have
100%
hazards.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And you could look for a poison like in a better Farriers just elsewhere. Take some pressure off of Heatran. Wait, so hold on. Let's lab this out. That's 18 points, so that means we get
Keldeo's at what?
Keldeo's at 14, so you have 4
14?
points.
Okay.
That's something in 4.
There was a muck in 4, but someone already had it.
Yeah, that guy is not there anymore. Beans. There's no actual Farriers just there. How do we look at Farriers wise? Do we need one? We got Heatran. Who needs one? Pick something else up in 4.
Yeah. Florges
Let's
also
go.
Spadev Wall. Like you're.
He checks all the fairies anyways. Yeah, we're fine. Just don't play an Amorous, or yeah, just don't play an Amorous. It's fine. Wait, dude, Quillfish dies to Enam anyways. It's fine.
Yeah.
You already get 6-0'd by that. Fuck it. We ball.
I like it. I mean, like I said, I think Noivern was a little.
I think it could really do with one more breaker.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing for me. One more herder I click button mon, and I think this team is pretty fire. I think a good offensive
like
fighting
the
would
Thundy
really
too.
do that. Dude,
Yeah.
I'd love the double water offense in Quillfish. What do you call it? Dude, Mienshow's not like a breaker, but it fits much better than Cobalion at the bare minimum. It actually fits way better than Cobalion, bare minimum.
Also, such a better pivot piece too.
Yeah, we U-turn.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we U-turn. We have enough hazards. We don't need Cobalion for the rocks,
No.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been cool. Other than that though, conventional resist wise, not bad.
Ground's kind of rough. Just
Yeah, that's a little rough because we have Ogerpon. We could go Who. We go Who and pull up in a from max defense Ogerpon every week.
With Synth,
Yeah.
You're gonna be faster than us.
Rocky helmet. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. So I mean, like if you're playing in a ground like you really need to check, I think Ogerpon can do the job. And Palisade honestly checks a lot of the physically offensive ones, anyways.
Yeah. Let's see.
Not a bad team. I think this is like mid B.
I can see that.
I don't know what the other teams are comparable to, but
I think I'm gonna.
I know I like
adjust
this-
because I think I like Tony's more than like almost any of these guys.
mhm.
Might move Tony up, and I might kind of move things around, but we're gonna go for the last 2, and then we're gonna kind of
Adjust the final tier list, yeah.
Thoughtful white tiger classic hoodie sweatshirt. Let's tie A12 time, baby. Where is
At least it's thoughtful.
It's in thought. There he is. Oh, Valiant. Oh, baby. G King Terra. Why is this Terra? Why is this the Terra?
A12. Amel. Amel 12.
Yeah, I mean, look, Glaceon Trapinch. This is
To be fair, okay, this seems like a moment of I'm gonna prove this guy's good. And right now, there it is.
Terra doubles the goat. No,
It
way.
is better. Okay, do I think Terradrapula is actually like pretty good? Yes, but motherfucker's got Necrozma
Yeah.
with Terra, bro.
Dude, I also won a draft league with Eevee. Does not mean it's fucking. It didn't win the games. It didn't. It's just. Ugh. I don't know.
No, I think this dude DeAndre Hopkins got 2 touchdowns and I beat Tiro in a game I was never supposed to win.
Let's
oh my
go.
god, let's go! The last touchdown he just got one, sealed it for me. Goat!
Just now? Oh,
No, I think Terradrapple is good. My issue is like the value you get out of getting a high tier Terra League or high tier Mon and a high tier Terra League, right?
Yeah, if you have those options, not getting one of those options is a big kind of like.
Mhm. And again, I don't know if anybody was taking that Hydrapple from you, gang.
Yeah, you could have waited like 3 rounds at least. Yeah, Terra Luna would have been also insane because like Valiant plus Luna, dude. Especially with Trick Room mode with the Slowking, really Bronzong, dude, you could have definitely.
This team is really interesting. This is how I feel when I rank AML teams. It's not conventionally very like structurally sound.
Yeah.
It's not. I do love Valiant G King. I think it's an incredible core. Like a really, really good core.
You got your offense, you got your defense, and you got to
Mm-hmm.
pivot into
I think
that core.
Jolteon is really bad though. We have some really bad mons, right? We have like Jolteon is really bad. You can't shit talk Raikou and pick up Jolteon in round 6. You can't do that. You picked him up before Raikou was taken. Yeah. A12?
Yeah.
No. Glaceon is also really bad. I mean, like,
Bronzong.
there's some fun stuff though.
Yeah.
Raptor's really fun. Scarfer. Like,
it's like you went fun, not fun, fun, not fun, fun, not fun.
Speed. I am speed. Are you saying Jolteon is fast? I mean, it is.
That is.
It doesn't mean it's good.
Statement, yeah. Yeah.
I also don't know if like. I forgot to get speed mon for it. Is that, yeah? But I mean, I'm a big believer not like forcing shitty mons in roles that we think we need, right? Because if they don't practically like function in that capacity, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you get a ground resist and it's Diplin, just ground resist, are you ever gonna fucking bring it in that capacity? No.
Of Diplin, that probably takes better than Hydrapple.
God, Hydrapple. No, I think Terra is good. I don't think it's that bad. And there's like the fun Trick Room aspect with it, with Slowking. Like, it's silly. I think it can definitely do some stuff. It's like a regen core with Slowking. So, like, I get it. It's just, there were so many broken things, you know?
Yeah. Very true.
There's some interesting tools. I don't know what it does, besides be a low tier Terra Captain. And click Hyper Voice and Shadow Ball. I think this is like
good. It's just.
I think low B, high C.
I'm gonna say C. High C is fine.
Yeah, I like Seth's team better.
Yeah.
The last team in B, sorry.
Yeah.
The Torn team.
Yeah. For sure. That leaves Soul Blaze. Ooh, love me some Terra Raging Bolt right off the bat.
Biggie Bolter.
Biggie Bolter. Okay, to be honest, I'm surprised Fortress lasted until round 11. I know he's ass, but I'm surprised nobody was like, oh, I need removal.
Me personally? Nah. This team is... Ooh, this is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this.
Rillaboom with the Raging Bolt, solid. Lando also.
Yeah, I like that core.
Yeah, that's fine. Gengar.
Lando's Strong Breaker, it's a ground that doesn't really care. Yeah. Gengar the GOAT. Keys gives you some spikes. Gives you screens for Mickey Bolt.
Strong priority and pivot too.
See, this is like a textbook aspect of like low kicks down. It feels like we're doing the thing where we're trying to make sure we don't get anything too low point or we don't go top heavy. We filled out an entire roster where half of the mons are super mid, if not bad. Like low kicks, niche breaker. I don't know how I feel about it outside of these like Terra situations. But it's decent. I don't think that's a bad pick, right? I think it also funds like fun future momentum cores and things like that, like Rillaboom and Raging Bolt and things like that.
Jr. For sure. This is John Jr. right here. I need 3 removal options.
Yeah, I don't know. Fortress is our main Fortress Colossal is our fairy resist. Like, well, even then, no, we have Klefki. We have Klefki, yeah. I don't know what Fortress does for this team that Klefki doesn't, outside of the spin aspect, but we have the niche tidy up, and we have Cole, too, so I don't know if we need 2 low-tier spinners. I don't know what Metacham really does for this team, other than be a very bad fighting type. So, like, I feel like we can synthesize down some of these points and use them elsewhere to get just better Pokemon overall. We have so many different things that are trying to fill every little hole that we can, but we really lose out on the quality of Pokemon on our team. Because again, they can, on paper, do these things that a lot of these higher tier Pokemon do, but they're not gonna functionally perform them consistently.
Yeah. I mean, fair.
Takes some pressure. Yeah, but we have the tidy up aspect, right? Both of those Pokemon are niche low-tier options that are blocked by any real spin blocker, is my issue. I think Fortress is one of the worst spinners ever. I think if you're drafting Fortress for removal, you're drafting for the wrong
one
reason.
Of these Pokemon on the team, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're kind of overlapping.
Mm-hmm. I think Fortress 2 is like, you don't draft for to remove anyways. You draft to like Mickey Hazard set and check some physical attacker. It never gets a spin off. If it's a matchup where there's actual stack involved, and there's a ghost in the back, obviously as well. 4 is never getting that spin off, or these hazard setters are just going to beat Fortress or be kind of built in the way in which they do. It's not a hard thing to 1v1 Fortress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of. Oh no, this no. I'd say this is B. I really like the top, but the half is it's just like half good team, half bad team. You know?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I think that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to our boy Tone. Yeah, yep. This was definitely S tier for sure.
Yeah, I think Tone
Probably
has the
my
best team
favorite.
by far.
Yeah.
Again, I
Mario
didn't see the
B.
other ones he ranked in A, but
You know, I like Mario B's. It's just gonna be a lot of hard hitting offense. Got the Zapdos, Dragalge.
and let me see
and
Mario B's team. I'd like to say in chat though. I remember in the draft when we started, Mario B was like, "Yo, this Urshifu's allowed to tear, right? This isn't a mistake." And I was like, "Yeah, he didn't even tear it. So you saw why. I'm glad we saw why, motherfuckers." He's so mad. He didn't even tear it. He teared the drill because the drill got more value out of Terra. It was a good
100%.
decision.
It's a
It's a
great
good
mod.
decision.
Hunky.
But I just want y'all to know, he realized that it's not actually that good with Terra.
Dude, look at him, dead.
Yeah, dude. Hey, as long as we're holding it.
You got the receipts, don't you?
Dude, every time I make tiers for League, people will be like, do you, or like in Scramble, it was the Ogrepon Hearthling guy I got in my pool.
That was so funny.
Was a potential bait, dude. Just in case the streets weren't ready.
Yeah,
There you go.
Just in case, because I already picked it by that point, and so someone else definitely could. I had Hunky up there. I like Meowscarada, Iron Treads, and then add in like a Sun Team aspect. Mimikyu for like emergency, you know, get the fuck out.
I got the Ninetales. I was like, where the fuck is the sun?
Yeah.
Mimikyu? Who's setting it up? Uxie? No, we're good.
Yeah. I
6-point Aloe or the 6-point Aloe. Don't even get me started.
Muffins. I thought all his like low tier picks were, you know, at least had uses. Diancie, Kilowattrel, Salazzle. Arbolive is a little iffy, but this late of a Crook is insane. Yeah.
God Crook, let's go.
Night Slashers. I thought this team was like its ceiling is A tier. Like, I do not. This team just does not have a round 1. You know.
Which one? Oh, Blaziken. Dude, but Terra Men's, dude, the streets aren't ready. I know that's my guy. But oh my gosh, no bias, him. I will say, we drafted 15 points superior. That was meant to be drafted with Terra because we didn't have Terra deck. Yeah, we paid a little bit much. We have a lot of guys in the team that actually are like kind of priced for Terra, right? Same thing with Crown. Crown is priced as if it's a Terra captain.
Yeah, but I think
because we couldn't like get Terra attacks in time. I do apologize for that, by the way, too.
12,
That's
I think it's pretty equal though. I think it's like maybe 12 to 13.
It's still really good. I think base Crown is still very usable. Yeah. We've seen people do really well without Terra on it.
Yeah, I think this team is just like so like this is like how you do an evened out team, you know. If you were to not take a round 1, I feel like this is probably the best not round 1 left. Bope. Yeah, we were going over Bope. Bope. Hasta la
V-Star.
Tony's team here. Yeah, I think I like this team like on the same level as these guys. I'm gonna go and bump up Tony. Yeah, it's just Terra Gambit, Gouging Fire. What a good breaking core. Lando, it's
I love round 3 Lando, dude. He is fallen from grace, but he's still right into his round 3. I'm a phenomenal U-turn bot and stealth rock setter.
Mesprit goated as well. Let's see, Toric.
Dude, healing will shut that Gambino.
Where's our Toric cats? There we are. Jarl, we just went over. Yeah. Pretty top of B tier. I think I would take Tony's team over it. Snowflakes right next to it. Yeah. No, I feel like this is definitely below. You know, Cornerstone, really good. It's just these guys here, I do not know. Yeah, I know we had to get Pinchurchin for the terrain, but still rough. Let's see here. Soul Blaze. Where are we at? There we are. We just went over that one. Yep. Sigalith, Dashing. Yeah. Dude, Dashing was one where I was like, what are these low tiers doing here? Like, it's just rough.
I mean, he went pretty high tier. Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, Brooks just helps in the Palafin matchup, specifically just that.
Specifically, that is true.
Dude,
I forgot
all
about
nowhere
that.
pick.
Keegan,
Zangoose,
yeah.
dude, Zangoose is not. I think a couple times in DCL, Brooks just pulled up specifically for Palafin matchups too. Zangoose is kind of bad. Spidops is kind of bad, but I'm also here for Sableye in the sense of like if our Necro is tearing out of that psychic typing, like having that like a fighting resist or like fighting check and the anti-Mickey bullshit is actually kind of nice. For 4 points, that guy's a tool. And it got dual screens, so Prankster dual screens.
Really? Interesting. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, it used to only have one screen.
What screen did it get?
I think Moon
What
is
screen
really
did it
bad.
stop getting?
No, it used to only have one. I think it was only light screen. I think it has both now.
Fire. I think this is probably like a Moon team though. I think this is fine. Blood Moon, I felt like was a little out of place if we're doing Thunderous later, but you didn't really know that. I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of he feels kind of in the middle, and I feel like he felt left out. Shadow Glade, yeah, we just went over. That's B tier. God, I loved your team, Pokemon Professor, but then you just, a lot of not Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's gonna be like our kind of 8-12. Yeah, I think this is probably shaping up to be a lot of exactly what I was thinking. Who we have back up here? Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like anal kind of drafts, you know, where it's not conventionally, you know, a good draft, so you have to kind of knock it down.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not terrible.
A little bit more offensive for who? I mean, it's like bulkier offense, but
Yeah. CJ here. Yeah, I might move CJ up the C tier if we were to like put it into the thing. Might even, nah, I think I'd have it over 8-12. Yeah, move you down. Just because Terrazurud's so fucking good, and Enamorus is gonna, like we were talking about Fairy Resist for like a lot of these teams. Enamorus is gonna have a field day, so just delicioso. Let's see here. And then last one down here. I'm sorry, TJP. This is what you get when you draft pick 2 Alamola.
I'm loaning my Valentine, dude. This is your origin story, big dog.
Yeah. Dude, how many evolutions got drafted? Because we have Leafeon here, we had Glaceon, Jolteon. Did Flareon get drafted? That would have been crazy. I think that's like the
only evolution that wasn't drafted. Yeah, I mean we had Glaceon pull up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think Flareon and Espeon both didn't. I don't think anyone got Espeon. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Shame. Oh, but that'd be funny. Anyways, I think that's it. I think that's gonna be my my tier right now. Pretty well rounded though. Like a lot of these teams, obviously it's 18 players, so it's gonna be really hard to get everything you want. And so it's kind of it's a little nitpicky at the end there because once you get like past round, let's say 6 or 7, it gets rough with like what's available and what you need for your team. But
yeah, it's also 18-man draft is hard.
Yeah, Fable's round 4 for someone. Yeah, exactly. I think that's gonna be it though, guys. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you guys next week for our week 1s. Bye.
Bye.
Yippee.